100 runs on the season and still only be 6-11.
Well, they haven't given up very much more. They've only given up 106 now.
McBean thrown out at first by the third baseman, and that'll bring up Kennard.
Stepping up to bat, number 12, Raul Kennard.
Seems to be a trend for North Broward that when they win big, and when they lose in tight games. Obviously, that 26th spot in the first game inflated North Broward's numbers a little bit.
26 runs in that first game, the most North Broward has ever scored, at least since we can find the records for.
And those records date back to 2005, Sam.
So there's a pretty good chance that it is North Broward's greatest number of runs in the history of this school, dating back to, when was this school founded, 57, 55?
1957.
Thank you.
Dr. James Montgomery.
That plaque's on the Learning Commons, isn't it?
Yes, it is indeed.
That's how I remember that. Low in the dirt in front of the plate, 1-1. That can only be chalked up to either a release point issue or one of the greatest curveballs we've ever seen.
No, I think that ball just slipped out of his hand. Adam Wainwright had the ball slip out of his hand the other day, for causing a pretty funny pitch, in fact.
Kennard hits it right on the ground, and the third baseman throws it over to first, and he finds himself out as well, and we're out of this inning. We'll be right back with the third here on Brainwash Sports, Twitch TV.
And I shall take this to the best of my ability. Whoops. Ah, crap. There we go. Okay. I have Sequeira, Martin Castillo, Mel, Cami, C-H-M-I, Cami. Okay. Can you scoreboard?
All right, you're taking this one.
And welcome back to the top of the third here, Brainwash Sports, Twitch TV, North Broward Prep, and St. Brendan. The Sabres coming up from Miami to play North Broward, and they have a 3-1 lead here as we enter the top of the third. Abraham Sequeira for the Sabres facing Dusty Snyder, and Sequeira flies the first one he sees out into center field. Ty Marsh under it, and he makes the catch in left center. So 1 pitch, 1 out for Snyder.
Stepping up to bat, number 17, Kevin Martin.
So North Broward has Kevin Martin where they want him, at bat with nobody on. Leads, or is at least tied for the lead, in 5A 15 with a .486 batting average. Had an RBI earlier in the game with a 6-3 putout. That scored Sequeira. Misses though with the first, it's 1-0. And Dusty Snyder's 1-0 misses well outside, and the count moves to 2-0. Next broadcast will be in just a little bit, April 17th, against Oxbridge Academy. That should be a good one against the Thunderwolves. Misses though, and the count's 3-0. Brian Castillo to follow. He's on deck. And Snyder's 3-0 is in the dirt, and he lost. Martin gets to the backstop. Client recovers quickly though, and Martin will hold at first.
Now batting, number 3, Brian Castillo.
Martin really didn't make any tremendous effort to bust down the line to first base, so there will be one runner on for Brian Castillo. Third baseman tonight, batting .400 with 1 RBI and 4 stolen bases. He is a force on the base paths. Fouls the first one out, though, and the count's 0-1. So we mentioned St. Brendan has had trouble scoring all season long, only 73 runs coming into this one. They scored 3 in the first inning off of 3 hits. Swung on a miss there from Castillo, and Snyder is ahead 0-2. Snyder not really a strikeout guy, only 12 strikeouts in over 16 innings pitched. But he's ahead of Castillo 0-2, and that one misses just high, and Castillo stays alive. Thanks for sticking with us on Brainwash Sports Twitch TV. Ben Curtis here from North Broward Prep. In the bottom of the third, we'll have the Brainwash Sports Twitch TV trivia question for you, as that one misses high, counts even up at 2. So stick around for that one. North Broward faces Highlands Christian on Monday as they have a string of non-district games after that win over Cardinal Gibbons last night. The 2-2 just misses, and all of a sudden Castillo's worked his way to a full count. Keep an eye on Martin, see if he's on the move. Does not have a stolen base so far on the year. He is not running, and Castillo walks after Snyder missed outside.
Stepping up to bat, number 9, Dylan Colero.
That is Brian Castillo's 14th walk on the year, now leading 5A15. Dylan Colero stepping up now, as you heard Sam Gelfand say. 378 hitter on the year, 8 RBIs to his name. Does not have a home run, though. He's got runners at first and second, and 1 out. Snyder misses low as he seems to have lost control of the strike zone. And North Broward's pitching coach, Brandon Cooney, is going to go have a word with Snyder. St. Brendan, 2015 district champs. That was the last time that they lifted any trophy. They were the 1983 state champions. North Broward had that magical run in 2014. They were district and regional champions in that one, but fell in the state semifinals. Taking a look at the current standings in District 5A14, that win over Cardinal Gibbons last night really helped the Eagles as it bolsters their spot in 5th place. Pompano Beach is still in the lead with an 8-2 record after falling to Somerset Academy last night. Pinecrest and Somerset Academy are tied for second, but Pinecrest has the tiebreaker, so it's the Panthers of Pinecrest and the Panthers of Somerset. Coral Springs Charter, also the Panthers, is at 4th with a 4-5 record. North Broward at 5th, and the Cardinal Gibbons Chiefs are 6th. So if the playoffs started now, Pompano Beach and Pinecrest would get the bye. Somerset Academy would play Cardinal Gibbons, and Coral Springs Charter would play North Broward. St. Brendan is 1 district over in 5A15. As Calero lifts that one out to left field. Jacob Gordon is under it, and he makes the catch. 2 down.
Now betting, number 22, Andres Ferrero.
Andres Ferrero now playing first base. 296 batting average. And Snyder has a way out of the inning. First pitch is in there for strike 1 on the lower outside part of the plate. I was working all night for both pitchers last night. It seems to be the case once again tonight. Martin's on second, Castillo's on first, and the 0-1 is grounded into the hole into left field. Gordon's under it, and he fires on home. Martin's being waved on home. Goberville declined, and he's out. Perfectly executed relay for North Broward, and they keep this a 3-1 game as we head to the bottom of the third. It will be Houston Snyder on top as North Broward looks to get back into this one, down 3-1 on Brainwash Sports Twitch TV.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the bottom of the third. I'm Sam Gelfand, the voice of the Eagles, joined as always by Ben Curtis. He always takes the top of the third. Great job tonight, as always.
Appreciate it, Sam, as always.
Blake Houston is the batter for North Broward right now. Fernandez fired the first one in for a ball, 1-0.
And Sam, we promised you at the bottom half of this inning that we would deliver the Brainwash Sports Twitch TV trivia question.
That one is low, a ball, and beyond the catcher.
Well,
I'm not privy to what the question is, so I'm waiting with bated breath.
Well, March was Women's History Month. That has come and gone. But we are going to still honor women in baseball with this two-pronged trivia question. It's actually not two-pronged at all, other than that they both relate to women's baseball. Two separate questions. Question number one.
Okay.
Who is the only woman inducted into the National Baseball Hall of Fame? And don't say it if you know it.
I don't think I do.
If you do know it, go ahead and tweet us at Stuckins Head for him, at Ben Curtis NBPS for me. Would you like me to give the second question now?
Let's hold off. Let's give people a chance to tweet out the first answer. It's 2-2 currently.
Who is the only woman inducted into the National Baseball Hall of Fame?
I think I have a clue, but I'm not going to act on it. That one's out, 3-2. Some of the fans saying that it hit him, but I believe it can't hit them on a bounce.
That's correct. Second time,
the
actually, that it hit Houston on a bounce in this at-bat.
Getting cold here in Coconut Creek. Houston hits one down the line. It's going to be just foul. Although Houston would have had a couple of bases as the first baseman missed the catch.
Tough luck for Houston, but it was clearly foul on the other side of the base before it crossed the base.
By about a foot or two.
And the home plate umpire's got the best view in the house on that, looking right down the line. He was in good position to make the call.
So Houston now has a full count, no outs and no one on. North Broward dugout finally getting loud. And he makes good contact to the running shortstop, throws it over to first, and he's going to get the out, though. Had that shortstop just been a foot or two out of position, he would have had himself a solid base hit.
Well, it's the right idea for Blake Houston trying to drive the ball up the middle back through the pitcher's box. Unfortunately, the shortstop made a nice play.
Here comes Fernandez. It's high for a ball. Still thinking over that trivia question.
There's an entire exhibit in the museum portion of the building dedicated to women in baseball. But that's not the trivia question. Trivia question, only woman inducted into the National Baseball Hall of Fame.
Went to the Hall of Fame about 10 years ago, I want to say. At the time, my favorite exhibit was the one on Abbott and Costello's Who's on First.